This One's Wife, Stealing Traits from Taylor. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Narcissists acquire traits from other people. They're bolted onto the construct to make the narcissist look more attractive to other individuals, making it easier to control those people and draw fuel from them and gain residual benefits. The creation of the construct is done because essentially the narcissist is an empty individual. And this is particularly the case with This One's Wife, who is industrial beige. If you'd like to understand more about character trait acquisition, what it is, how it happens, and why narcissists do it, please watch my video, Character Trait Acquisition, for a more detailed explanation. But in essence, narcissists engage in it regularly because it's one of the prime aims that are pursued, and by taking these steps, it enables the narcissist to then control people, draw fuel from them, and gain residual benefits with greater ease. Taylor Swift needs little introduction. An internationally known megastar who's currently on an Eras tour, kicking ass and taking names by performing to millions around the globe with inflated ticket prices as a consequence of the level of demand, and sending Swifties into rapture. But there's also been good news for the greater narcissist that is Taylor Swift, is that she's been named Person of the Year by Time magazine. Since 1927, Time has chosen a Person of the Year, the editor's assessment of the individual who has most shaped the headlines over the previous 12 months, for better or for worse. As a tradition, Person of the Year springs from the great man theory of history, a belief that individuals have the power to transform society. The selections over the years have tended to follow certain patterns. The person chosen has typically been a ruler over traditional domains of power. He, and yes, usually it has been a he, is very often a politician or a titan of industry. 14 US presidents, 5 leaders of Russia or the Soviet Union, and 3 popes have all been recognized. And yet the person whose singular influence was revealed throughout 2023 has held none of those roles, or anything remotely similar. In a divided world where many institutions are failing, Taylor Swift found a way to transcend borders and be a source of light, apparently. According to Time magazine itself, no one else on the planet today can move so many people so well. Achieving this feat is something we often chalk up to the alignments of planets and fates, but giving too much credit to the stars ignores her skill and her power. Swift is the rare person who is both the writer and hero of her own story. Her path is untravelled, something she's known for some time. I can't find anyone, really, who's had the same career trajectory as mine. Swift stated in 2014, when she first appeared on the cover of Time upon releasing her 5th album, 1989. While her popularity has grown across the decades, this is the year that Swift, 33, achieved a kind of nuclear fusion, shooting art and commerce together to release an energy of historic force. She did it by embracing what she does better than anyone, entertaining and writing songs that connect with people. Now, she becomes the first Person of the Year to be recognised for her success in the arts, in a year when we were reawakened to questions about who makes and who owns our cultural expressions. Swift is also a symbol of generational change. She is only the 4th solo Person of the Year born in the past half-century. In the 17 years since her debut, Swift has notched more #1 albums than any other woman in history. This year alone, she had 3. She was everywhere in 2023, filling stadiums and breaking records, which meant we were forced to find novel ways to measure the magnitude of her reach. As Swift reportedly became a billionaire, country's gross domestic products became a yardstick for her financial contribution. University classes to study Swift's lessons in literature, business and law were announced. Swift was showered with keys to cities and street signs changed to her name. In 2023, world leaders and mayors competed to bring her monumentally successful Eras tour to their jurisdictions. Swift has become a feature of American soft power. The US diplomat said how meaningful it was to get Swift to agree to play in the host country. Swift, as we know, has had a Midas touch, improving the fortunes of every place she visits and business she celebrates. Just ask the NFL about its millions of new fans. Or your Secretary of State. Tens of thousands of fans registered to vote after she encouraged them on Instagram, spiking visits to vote.org. She's done a great job of sticking to her guns and being vocal and political in the way that she wants to, says the Chick's frontwoman, Natalie Maines. The article goes on, lauding praise in her direction. She's clearly a talented individual who is hugely successful. All of this, of course, fits with the pursuit of the prime aims as a greater narcissist, which I've explained elsewhere. But the purpose of this video isn't to talk wholly about Taylor Swift, but it is to recognise that she's got herself in this position of Person of the Year. Naturally, that provides her with a huge amount of fuel. And it continues with the recognition that is associated with such an achievement. This one's wife could only dream of such a level of popularity, wealth, talent, and reach. Although she is internationally known like Taylor Swift, there the comparisons must end. Swift has talent, this one's wife has not. Swift is hugely popular, this one's wife is not. Taylor Swift is fabulously wealthy. This one's wife is wealthy, albeit that is in a somewhat parlous state as a consequence of the lack of income and the lack of activity in terms of future deals and the way that she spends. Nevertheless, as soon as Taylor Swift is announced as Person of the Year, along comes the parasite that is this one's wife, seeking to piggyback her success. How so? Well, supine publication People.com tells us Taylor Swift teamed a holiday manicure with this one's wife's favourite Zodiac bag. Get the details. Yes. Not the other way round, that this one's wife has obtained the same bag as Taylor Swift, but it's Taylor Swift following the fashion lead of this one's wife. Another PR puff piece that has been issued by way of character trait acquisition as this one's wife seeks to piggyback off the success of Taylor Swift to say, see, she copies me. The brilliant Person of the Year, who's hugely famous, hugely wealthy, hugely successfully, hugely adored, follows my choice of bag. Therefore, it follows that I'm brilliant too. The universe just manifested a stylish crossover between Taylor Swift and this one's wife. The Cruel Summer pop star 33 stepped out to support her friend Emma Stone's new movie, Poor Things, on Wednesday night. And of course, we're still decoding her style. Her evening look not only featured a holiday-inspired red and green manicure, but it also starred a buzzy Naeem Khan astrology-themed clutch previously touted by the Duchess of Sussex. This one's wife, 42, first rocked the sleek metallic accessory with a navy caplet dress in 2018 at the late Queen Elizabeth II's 92nd birthday celebration. True to its wearer's zodiac sign, the clutch was embellished gemstones forming the Leo constellation. Swift's version was a little bit different, as it was embellished with a regal Sagittarius constellation. The songstress's birthday is on December the 13th, making her and this one's wife fire sign twins, another attempt to piggyback off her by way of character trait acquisition. He then talks more about Taylor Swift and her tour, etc. But this is flagrant character trait acquisition by this one's wife to say, hey, look, we've got similar bags, therefore here's an opportunity for a PR puff piece to be issued to demonstrate that we're in the same league. Look, and actually she's copying me. What a fashion icon I am. For the rest of you, you just know it smacks of the desperation of Harry's wife and that she's nowhere in the same league as Taylor Swift. But in her own deluded mind, she believes that she is. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.